इंडिया आजकल, सच खबर हरपल।
You had 100 actors. You had how many extras did you have?
Around about 100 actors, major actors, and about 500 extras.
500 extras. Okay.
At that time, it was not you. Now the techniques are different. You can multiply one person into thousands.
Yes.
At that time, that facility was not there, so we have to put the actual number of people.
Yes.
So since it was a war, so in war you say there was there were 3 wars fought by Abdullah Hassan, the hero of this film, called Mad Mullah. So there were Somali people fighting against British people, then British army, and the Camel Corps from India. At the time, they were English people were ruling India.
Yes.
So they sent Camel Corps to fight against Somalia.
Yes.
So in that also, people were many Indians were required in that. So we managed Indians.
So you had Indian actors as well.
Yeah.
You had Indian. Okay. So that worked. And so 5 months, 500 extras, 100 horses, 100 actors,
And camels too.
and camels. How many cameras did you have?
Camels, we were having about in some places, when we wanted to show the herds and other things, close to their settlements, then we were showing a man. But we used about 25 animals or so. And for different scene, for passing the scene, it was more about 50 or 100, so as a 50 animals.
Okay. So and how about your camera people? How many cameras did you have? Did you
We
use
were
for the
having actually one camera mostly we used, but sometimes we used 2 also.
2 cameras. Okay. And sound?
Sound, okay, we were doing on Nagra. We were using Nagra, and sound was you have asked a very important question. We played the tricks. I was knowing that for such a huge cast, it is very difficult to bring the people to India and dub the things, because different languages were there, and here there was no Somali dubbing artists were available. So that part we did there only. Though they were not having a proper studio, but after every shooting, in night time, I instructed the recordist, you take the artist there and tell him to speak the whole thing which we shot. So in some calm place, that worked.
That worked.
Yeah, that worked.
Okay. And then when you wrap production, where was the film processed?
What was it?
When you wrap production, where was the film processed?
The film was processed here in 3 labs. And major lab was Bombay lab.
Sorry, can you start that again?
Pardon?
Can you start that again?
Go ahead, start it again. I'm sorry. I can
You have to ask the question
yes,
again?
okay, yes, again. What was the question?
Where was the film
Oh, yes.
processed?
Where were the film processed?
Film processed here in Mumbai. It is processed by Bombay lab. And we were working in 3 places, in 3 editing studios were hired. And one studio was Navratna studio. There we did the coding part, sorting out the shots and other things because non-availability of editing room. So later we shifted the and complete editing we did with the Bombay lab. So they were having editing facilities also. They were having good shoots, and major films were just edited over there, and ours too. So this was the, and it took, we hired that studio in February 84.
February 4th.
And I completed the whole editing part and other things and complete ready film on January 16th, 1985.
And
It took about almost 11 months
11 months of the entire production.
Yeah.
In post-production.
in post-production.
Okay. And then where did the film first premiere?
It was on 17th. I completed the film on 16th January 1984, and 7th on 17 we arranged a premiere and all the people of Somalian authorities and other people and some people, complete our technical team and other things. We watched that.
You watched it, but where did the world premiere happen? Here in Mumbai, the theater?
Yeah, in the this Bombay lab was having its own theater.
His own theater, but I'm talking about for the public. Did it show for the public?
Public, once the film is over and director gives the final print, then who exhibits, where exhibits, I don't know, but I have got some knowledge that it was released in Somalia and some other places also.
Okay.
Saeed will be the proper person too.
Thanks.
Because
Okay. I was going to ask you. Okay, so then after. Question. So there was no premiere in Mumbai.
that was the
That
only
was
one
it.
show.
Just the
That
one
was the
shot.
premiere, and some
For the
people
cast.
from films have also come.
Okay.
We invited so many people, and out of curiosity,
Yeah.
Indian directed some foreign movie.
Sure.
So many people came, many people, and they were all academicians and journalists and other
Sure.
people.
What was the total running time of the film?
What was that?
Total running time of the film. How long was the film?
It took, it started the pre-shooting work and shooting and post-shooting.
Okay.
So it started, I signed this film on 9th June 1983. And since that day, the work started. So, with the help of Mr. Saeed Sala, rehearsals and preparations and other things, I was engaged. And 5 months it took, 4 months we were doing all this, and 5 months shooting, about 115 shifts, including 22 double shifts. We completed the whole thing. Shooting part, and some of the part, only 2 scenes were left, which we could not shoot in Somalia. That we shot here in India. One was, I think, with British War Office, and one scene was of boat. Some Italian person comes, for the negotiations and other things, and only while he comes through the boat, that part we shot here in Mumbai.
Okay. And so then, what was your budget on the film? Total budget.
I don't know about budget, but
You don't know about
because they were budget means I told them in beginning that I need this thing, that thing. He said, you provide me that. So they were looking after NCB, that Indian company, and the Somali Film Agency. They were doing this financial part of it. I was not involved in that.
Okay. And the film was 4.5 hours long?
Yeah.
4.5 hours.
Because it can't be, we see, Somalians were very, very particular about their this war and culture and other things. I think it was a first major film ever made in Somalia. So they were very much, and today I'm telling you, it is badly needed because everything is changed, and Somalia is not that Somalia.
Yeah.
So that film, their culture, their way of life, and other things are there. So it is a very relevant film today.
It's still relevant today.
It's still relevant.
Okay. And you didn't, since it didn't premiere here, did you read any press on it? How did the press like it? The reviews. Do you remember any reviews? No. Since you didn't tour with the film, you probably don't know about the reviews.
Reviews?
Yes, of the film.
Yeah, reviews, some of the people, came at the time of period. Times of India put a very big this thing, and they gave a title Somalian Gandhi. So,
Somalian Gandhi.
yeah, fought against British. So some of the people. But later informations appeared in almost all the national paper. And I was interviewed by All India Radio about this film. So many interviews. And since then, wherever I go, can you tell me just about the Somali film? So everywhere I'm tagged. So this is the thing. And still people are writing about the Somalian film.
They still are.
It's still writing. Because I was telling them that how the people, I tell you one incident about the character of this Somalia. When I went in beginning, I wanted to have a public contact and all. One minister of Somalian minister asked me, what would you like to do first? I said, I want to see the country and the people. So I come across one person who was not knowing English, a little brother, sister, he was knowing only this much. So I asked,
Yeah.
yes, I am. Then I said, 2. So oh, 4. But well, you, me, one person Somalian, he, we are all brothers. We are all brothers. So this is the character of Somalia. I found that they were treating all the people like brothers, and among them they were very congenial and very, very friendly with each other. They were so it was a to my as per my reaction, Somalia is not a country. It was one family.
Where,
And
इंडिया आजकल, सच खबर हर पल।